violence, I wanted to make sure that those scenes had a female gaze, and in no way was I running them through the...
A major bombshell has emerged involving the New York Times, and what comes next may surprise many people. Justin Baldoni now appears to have a potentially strong case against the newspaper, raising serious questions about media integrity and how narratives are sometimes shaped around powerful figures. Critics have long argued that mainstream outlets can occasionally misrepresent facts or damage reputations to protect influential allies, and Baldoni's situation is being framed by some as a possible example of that dynamic. For those who care about due process, the key point is to look closely at the available evidence rather than simply accepting the dominant media narrative, especially as claims continue to surface, suggesting that a long-term smear campaign against him may have been developing for months. At the center of the controversy is commentator Candace Owens, known for her bold and often polarizing investigations. Owens has directed her attention toward several high-profile figures in Hollywood, including Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and Ryan Reynolds, highlighting a web of disputes that may appear minor on the surface but, according to her claims, reveal a much deeper conflict behind the scenes. She alleges that she possesses evidence suggesting Lively attempted to push Baldoni out of his own project, with Reynolds providing unexpected support during the process. While Hollywood has always been filled with creative disagreements, co-star tensions, and behind-the-scenes drama, Owens argues that this case goes beyond ordinary industry friction. She points to what she describes as suspicious patterns, timely media articles, unusual website metadata, and controversial comments made during red carpet appearances as signs of coordinated narrative shaping. If these claims prove accurate, Baldoni, who has often been recognized for promoting strong female-centered storytelling, may have been strategically sidelined by a powerful celebrity alliance in their wider circle of influence. The implications could extend beyond personal conflict, potentially affecting reputations and even raising legal questions about how such situations unfold in the entertainment industry. Owens also insists that the public has only seen a small portion of the overall picture. Her investigation reportedly includes leaked text messages, voice notes, and other forms of digital evidence that she says point to a carefully planned campaign designed to damage Baldoni's reputation before public accusations were ever made. According to her account, these efforts may have been organized weeks or even months before Lively publicly accused Baldoni of misconduct. The materials Owens claims to have uncovered suggests what she describes as a coordinated attempt to shape the public narrative, influence production decisions, and redefine Baldoni's role in the film It Ends With Us. Through her analysis, she argues that Hollywood power dynamics, celebrity influence, and media relationships can intersect in ways that significantly affect both careers and public perceptions, sometimes leaving individuals with previously respected reputations struggling to defend themselves in the court of public opinion. Further insight into the controversy comes from the investigation conducted by commentator Candace Owens, who has spent considerable time examining the professional dynamics surrounding Blake Lively and her interactions within the entertainment and media industries. Owens has claimed that during her time working around media circles connected to glamour, she heard multiple accounts from staff and insiders describing Lively as occasionally difficult to work with, suggesting that some colleagues found her behavior demanding or tense in collaborative environments. According to Owens, these recollections, while anecdotal, fit into a broader pattern she believes may explain the escalating conflict that later developed during the production of the film It Ends With Us. Owens argues that Lively, together with her husband Ryan Reynolds, may have used their considerable celebrity influence to strengthen their creative authority within the project. In Owens' interpretation, the combination of star power, industry relationships, and media attention created an environment in which director and actor Justin Baldoni, despite originally leading the project, found himself gradually losing influence over key creative decisions. She frames the situation as a possible example of how Hollywood hierarchies can shift once high-profile celebrities become deeply involved in shaping a film's direction and narrative. A particularly significant moment highlighted in Owens' investigation revolves around the now-discussed rooftop scene rewrite in It Ends With Us. What initially appeared to be a normal creative discussion between collaborators purportedly evolved into a far more complicated disagreement about artistic direction and control. Owens references leaked messages that allegedly show Baldoni attempting to find a compromise by incorporating elements of Lively's ideas into the existing script while still maintaining the story structure originally planned for the scene. However, according to Owens' account, Lively believed her creative contributions were not receiving the level of recognition or authority she expected. This tension reportedly intensified when a private meeting was arranged that included Reynolds and global pop star Taylor Swift. Owens suggests that the presence of such influential figures may have increased the pressure surrounding the decision, creating a situation where Baldoni felt compelled to reconsider elements of the scene in order to avoid further conflict. While the exact details of that meeting remain disputed, Owens portrays it as a pivotal moment in which the balance of creative power within the project may have shifted. Another aspect of Owens' claims focuses on unusual metadata associated with digital images stored and later published by major media outlets, including the New York Times. According to Owens, certain files allegedly carried internal names that appeared to reference Baldoni negatively, and she has argued that some of these files seem to have been created or uploaded before legal accusations related to the situation became public knowledge. From Owens' perspective, this raises questions about whether certain narratives surrounding Baldoni might have been prepared or framed in advance. She interprets these details as potential signs of an effort to influence press coverage and guide public perception before the broader public was aware of the dispute. While these claims remain debated and have not been independently verified in full, Owens uses them to support her larger argument that the situation involved more than a simple creative disagreement, suggesting that strategic media positioning may have played a role in shaping how the story unfolded publicly. The film's premiere for It Ends With Us added another layer to the controversy when Lively publicly credited Reynolds with helping rewrite the rooftop scene, an acknowledgement that, according to Owens, symbolically reinforced the shift in creative credit that had already been taking place behind the scenes. For observers following the situation closely, that moment stood out because Baldoni had long been associated with guiding the project's development and storytelling approach. Owens interprets Lively's comments as the culmination of months of tension and negotiation that ultimately left Baldoni appearing less central to a production he had helped bring to life. She also points to occasional jokes or references made by Reynolds in interviews and media appearances, suggesting that even lighthearted remarks can subtly influence public perception when repeated across large media platforms. In Owens' view, these moments collectively contributed to shaping a narrative that gradually positioned Baldoni on the sidelines, while emphasizing the influence of Lively and Reynolds. Taken together, Owens presents the entire situation as a complex and multi-layered example of how influence can operate in the modern entertainment industry. Her investigation suggests a combination of factors: media narratives, celebrity relationships, strategic meetings, and carefully timed public statements that may have worked together to reshape perceptions about creative control and credit within the project. Whether one agrees with Owens' conclusions or not, the unfolding situation involving Baldoni, Lively, and Reynolds offers a revealing glimpse into how quickly alliances, reputation, and authority can shift in Hollywood. It also highlights how public narratives about creative ownership can evolve through a mixture of media coverage, celebrity influence, and audience reaction. For viewers and readers trying to understand the story, the dispute serves as a reminder that behind the polished image of film premieres and red carpet events often lies a complicated web of negotiations, personal ambitions, and competing visions about how a project should ultimately be remembered.